And welcome back to our second part of week 10 of Wrestling in Mom's Basement. I, of course, am Patrick Young again. This guy is the Billy Kay to my Peyton Royce Joe Venuto.
Now, why do you get to be Peyton?
Fine, you can be Peyton.
Thank you. I like Billy, though.
I will happily take Billy Kay.
I like Billy. I like Peyton, too. More like the iconic duo of podcast.
Yes. Wooby Wyatt.
Wooby Wyatt. Oh, my turn?
Well, you're the one who reads the news.
As the Peyton Royce to his Billy Kay, I read the news. Because I hate Peyton reads the news while Billy adds commentary.
Yes.
Is that how it works?
I think so.
Did they live together?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, wait, that's right! Another relationship I forgot about. The perfect 10 couple of Peyton Royce and Ty Dilger. It's Ty Dilger, right?
Yes.
Alright, Ty Dilger.
We just like talking about wrestling relationships.
He's older than her, too. There's like a 12-year age difference.
Yeah, I think it's at least 10.
Yeah, he's like 36, I think.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. Very good looking for 36. Good job, Peyton. Neither one's could probably do any better. That's a good couple. That's a good looking couple. But speaking of good couples, Rural.
Peyton Royce can't do better?
Well, no, I mean, they're perfect for each other. They're literally a perfect 10. Because it is episode 10 on the podcast.
It's
So,
week 10. We're talking about the perfect 10
Ty
and his perfect couple.
Well, not his perfect couple. His perfect girlfriend. Or wife, I'm not sure. But there's also another perfect couple.
I don't think they're married.
That's on roll this week. To have big moment.
Yes.
And they're absolutely perfect. I'm not sure if you know what I'm talking about, but we'll get to it. The Red Brand, that's Roll, for those of you that don't know. Did you know that was the Roll?
Yes.
Alright. They delivered this week. The ladies of Bronze Pain for Destruction and non-verbal swings between Cena and Roman that actually struck a nerve with some viewers this week, if you read something online. SmackDown countered with Night Championships and the return of this. Roll, the flagship, according to WWE, future the continued domination number one, a non-verbal smack between Cena and Roman, a hotly contested event, and a joyous revelation from the current Intercontinental Champion as the Miz and Marty's announced their pregnancy. I have a description that says, are you happy for them?
I am happy for them.
Yeah, now seeing this promo.
Congratulations to the Miz
and Marty's.
And Marty's.
Here's a little inside joke, if Pat wants to reveal it. Says, I have a personal story. I revealed a personal story instead with a wrestler last week with Jeff Hardy in my glove.
Go ahead.
Pat and the Miz had Miz doesn't really know about.
Yes.
Luckily, I think.
I'm sorry, Miz.
But Pat had a moment with the Miz by accident. Well, no, not by accident, because he meant what he said, but
not in that way.
It was taken out of context.
Yes.
By somebody.
By definitely somebody.
But that happened 3 years ago,
yes.
March. It was a heel. It was a day that it healed at all. But we'll say that story for an all-time list. Pat, let's reveal it.
Go ahead.
No, let's Pat, let's reveal. I revealed my story.
I pulled up Bowl Cup for Life a couple weeks back. Come on.
Alright, so
you take a body shot.
It's very simple, but guess what? I would do it too if I was in the same position.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he does have a nice ass. That's nothing like what our friend Isaiah said when he was creating Kurt 5 years ago in the game. Remember what he said?
Didn't he say he had a black girl ass?
Yes. It's not that bad because it wasn't intended for Mrs. Okay, Miz comes over, a real nice guy. First time we met him.
In the Helms. Now he came over.
First time we met him, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the first time we met him. He was a face at that point because he don't want me to say the characters. He don't want me to say his characters are heel. And I took a very bad picture of myself, which I didn't get a picture back until Money in the Bank that year, which was also a very bad picture. But
aren't you crying in that
picture?
Or in the Alicia one.
Yeah, well, I was sweating, but it looked like crying.
It's right up there, that's why.
Yeah. But coming out in the cold and the heel And the cell and the ring.
I was trying to say he was a good guy.
Yeah, it was very thoughtful and nice. Just for only time, because
he had just turned around.
we were like the last people.
Walking away.
And we are just...
The words out of my mouth came.
Maurice is a lucky girl.
Yes.
But now she is a lucky girl because she's carrying Mrs. B.
Yes. And Miz is a good guy.
Right, so congratulations to the happy couple. Now on to the rest of Raw. And that little anecdote.
Yes.
But I can't blame Pat. I mean, he does have great answers. It just was bad time on Pat's part. Let's play for the day. Now on to the highlights of Raw. Braun Strowman's path of rage continues. On Monday's show, Braun laid waste to both Cena and Brock. It is rare that a superstar is allowed to leave one of those men lying, and he led them both of them within an hour of each other.
Yes.
It was fair evidence of those great devotion to Braun and his push as those unstoppable force on the Raw roster. Even though he did not beat Cena, he did leave lying and following vicious bounce on the ring steps that allowed him to stand tall over the most recognizable star in the company, a major feather in the cap of the surgeon big man.
Yeah, I would definitely say he has the moments on Raw this week. Him popping up right after that suplex.
Yeah. And a German suplex.
He just Brock German suplex and he just pops right back up and just stares at him. Brock was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That was an awesome moment in the Monster of a Man Braun Strowman this week. And that he put on a great match with Cena too.
Yeah. Which honestly never looked like Cena had a chance to win either.
Yeah.
He loved them both laying within an hour. The highlight role, Asuka is coming. The first thing announced in the rival Asuka to the main roster here during Raw, and it's difficult not to be excited about Asuka's prospects on the red ring. Absolutely dominant during our time in NXT, where she spent 2 years undefeated. I can't believe I forced myself to write this just to hype it, make it sound a lot more exciting than it is. The potential for engaging story matches against the likes of Alexa Bliss, Emma, Sasha Banks, and Bayley is there.
You can be honest with what you wrote.
Arguably the best, most accomplished female worker in the company now. It'll be interesting to see if she can replicate the big match feel of so many of our NXT matches on Monday nights.
Like I said before, I'll say it again. I hope Asuka kicks everyone's head off.
Do you think she'll still bring that big match feel?
Yeah.
Listen.
Oh, yeah. If the creative team is behind her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a big if.
Right. Now highlight role the tag team chaos. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Sheamus, and Cesaro brawled early on Monday's show, then Megan the next event. Seth and Dean recruited the Hardys as their partners for the main event bout, and eventually picked up the victory when Sheamus and Cesaro both down Anderson and Gallows, leading on numbers of fans. The emphasis on the tactics of those teams' pace, even if it took pulling the titles on Seth and Dean for division of the main event. It should be interesting to see they add the Hardys and Gallows and Anderson to this feud last minute on Monday, or if they go with a failed 4-way TLC match or something at TLC in October. Or if they create a 6 with the rematch for now, for No Mercy.
Yeah, I think that these 4 will probably end up in a TLC match in October. I think that's the route they're going to head towards. But the tag division has been killing it the last couple months.
Both shows.
Yeah.
Actually, all 4 shows.
Yeah. And NXT only had 2 teams for a while.
Yeah, so yeah.
Which is an amazing thing. But we'll get to NXT a little later. Yeah, anything with Seth and Dean, 2/3 of the Shield together, is A-OK in my book. Anything with the Hardys is also okay in my book. The club is just too sweet.
We're not sending out that first club.
if you're a long-time listener, we are not sending a death threat to Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows there. That is actually too sweet.
Sheamus and Cesaro sell team.
And Sheamus and Cesaro. First off, Sheamus just thrown together a team seems just... Cesaro is just made to happen, apparently.
But on Sheamus, this is my favorite run in Sheamus' career.
Exactly.
Yeah, on the Sheamus stuff.
Because they don't raise the bar. They are the bar.
we're not killing nobody.
Yeah.
Probably we're going drinking instead. Well, it's better than me killing somebody.
Yeah.
Or we're in a bar fight. Oh, I won't survive.
Although when my father was watching the Eagles game,
Right.
Fox kept on coming on saying they don't raise the bar, they are the bar. They stole that from Sheamus and Cesaro.
The Eagles win one. I swear, if a team wins one game in this city, next thing you know, they're going to win the championship next year. They beat the effing Redskins.
Sorry for you Redskins out there. Redskin fans out there. not the Redskins out there.
Washington Redskins football team fans.
Oh,
But
our podcast was done within the 10th week.
on topic, we're playing the Kansas City Chiefs. The Eagles,
Oh yeah, they're gonna get murdered this week.
they blew out the New England Patriots. We don't stay in chase.
We are going.
And this is
The
actually.
Eagles are gonna get murdered.
With that being said, I'm actually predicting them to win. I always root for the underdog.
Okay.
And I'll happily take the Eagles. I'm not a sports person, but I'll happily take the Eagles over the Sixers. Trust the progress process.
Trust the progress.
Oh, who the fuck is? They had 11 wins and they won 28. Big fucking whoop. You're still terrible. But somebody who's not terrible like wrestling fans think, Roman Reigns. There we go.
Off of that sidetrack, this Philly sports.
Our teams win one game, we're winning the championship. They're ready to parade down Borough Street. But somebody
Getting off the sidetrack from our
Somebody
Philly sports teams.
somebody who does deserve a parade down Borough Street for this year, Roman Reigns. There we go.
The president mentioned the Phillies having their late season surge.
Good for them, because there's a lot of hot young prospects on that team, from what I understand. They could build a future around. Just how like WWE has a bright future, and Roman Reigns might be the lead guy. There we go. Enough of the Philly sports teams.
We're past it now. Let's
Right.
go.
Because
Good night, Philly sports.
Roman may be the lead guy for the future, right? Obviously. All right, Roman Reigns versus Jason Jordan, another highlight for Raw. They may not be working hard to develop Jason Jordan's character, but they are damn sure put in position to be accepted as a wrestler at least. Monday night he went toe-to-toe with Roman just as he had against Cena the week before, and he nearly upset Roman. He may have ultimately lost, but his performance was shown enough for fans to continue building respect for his Roman. Imagine their creative playing effort and developing beyond Angle's illegitimate son, and the first success he could enjoy as a result.
Yeah, Jordan's has had two good matches great matches in a row. I'm wrong. If we saw this Jason Jordan after the Kurt Angle is my father thing, nobody would have argued. Nobody would have complained.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's better late than never. So
Yeah.
let's keep it going with Jason Jordan.
Now, watch.
And let's keep it going with SmackDown.
That's
a segue.
Was that anything else for Raw you want to add? That was like a major highlight. I forgot. That you liked.
Is it that I liked it?
Yeah, no, anything else major that you liked? That I didn't cover. But why I don't talk about these are normally things I like, and I would say
Yeah.
So,
He gets the script together, and I just usually comment on it.
yeah, that's why I should throw it. Was there anything else you'd like besides comment?
Not off the top of my head now.
Okay, well, we'll get back to it if you interrupt me if you do.
Right.
Watch SmackDown. SmackDown returned to Las Vegas for a Cincinnati episode that saw the return of Zerman, as well as United States Tag Team and Women's Championship defenses. My first highlight for SmackDown, Kevin Owens' breakthrough performance. Kevin Owens has been utterly great for WWE for a long time now, even in times of great bankruptcy. He's been a silver lion. He delivered one of his finest performances, or maybe his finest to date, when he went toe-to-toe with Vince on the mic on Tuesday night. He received more and more every word that came out of Vince's mouth, and then Owens came closer and closer to snapping, but not before he manipulated Vince into giving his word that he would not fire Owens for attacking McMahon. With that confirmed Owens delivered a nasty headbutt like we talked about in the news.
Yes.
That busted Vince open, punted him in the ropes, and finished him with a singing frostbite. I'm not sure if anybody noticed it, a few people noticed this. He finished Vince will whoop the frog splash. See that, Guerrero? It's on TV now. Oh, frog splash.
They can't see the TV.
But the person that was stopping him was his lifelong friend, trying to stop him at the road agent at Pyrrhus. The ordeal popped the fans in Vegas. They left some wondering after 2 years plus on WWE's roster that Owens just enjoy his true breakout moment. Working with the McMahons to be involved in a high-profile angle with them will do that for anybody.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a big breakout moment for Kevin Owens. Not just this moment in and of itself, but I think what it could eventually lead to, I think, will put Kevin Owens over the top as a solidified main eventer instead of just hanging around the lower main event, upper mid card scene. I think this actually makes Kevin Owens a household name for WWE.
Definitely.
What I think it could lead to, well, obviously, it's going to lead to Hell in a Cell.
Right.
But what could also happen is Triple H may actually finally have an opponent for WrestleMania 34.
Which is something we've been talking about, how he's not really fit any points you can think of on top of your head. Yeah, but now they have one.
Yeah. Triple H decides, like, hey, no, enough's enough. I have to protect my family.
Yeah.
And turns face because I don't think there's really any use for a heel
Triple H,
Stephanie or Triple H.
At this point, yeah.
I don't think there's any room for a heel authority.
Nah.
But other than that, I thought this was actually the moment of the week. Owens just physically destroying Vince. And Vince's promo beforehand was also actually had me laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this was the best segment of the week. Probably the best thing of the week in and of itself.
Not highlight for SmackDown, the new tag team champions. The New Day defeated Usos in a street fight to win the SmackDown tag team championships Tuesday night. The match, you will think, will be the culmination of their most love. And it will have been an exclamation point out on a feud that's delivered some of the best in-ring action on the summer easily from any show. Some will question the switch of the titles as truthfully they are, but the truth is the two teams wrestling each other so often and all the teams are ready to step up and interject themselves in the title picture. So switching the titles is really the only way to continue the rivalry because it makes them both feel like they're on even foot. And the matches are great to back it up. There's going to be one more match at Hell in a Cell, and a Hell in a Cell match, according to rumors, for the tag team championships.
I'm all for a New Day versus Usos Hell in a Cell match. Like Joe said, they should call it an Usos Penitentiary. However, I think this does need to end soon. I think they do need to split off for a bit. The matches have been great, and I think the Hell in a Cell really calls for the
culmination. Yeah. SmackDown didn't New Day in the shake-up change my opinion on New Day.
Yes.
From earlier in the year where I thought they should break up. Now they should stay together.
Yes, they should.
Not highlight for SmackDown, the U.S. title feud continues. There was a moment where AJ Styles joins his championship match against Ty Dillinger where it looked like, since it's the 10th episode, we'll form the perfect 10, was about to capture the title. They didn't hit the tiebreaker and off a distraction from Baron Corbin. The crowd blew into the full finish, the fans viewing at home bit, and the result was a legitimate moment of drama.
Yes.
Of course, Styles ultimately won with the Cave Crusher, but Ty emerged from the match a bigger star in defeat, and more credible than he was the first time when he squared off with AJ. Corbin's interference and his attack of AJ and Ty after the match set the stage for Corbin to accept the United States Open Challenge for this week's SmackDown come out. But now I'm thinking with Ty playing a key role, because even after the match, he's trying to save AJ. And they're getting away to the AJ Corbin match next week, with Ty playing a key role throughout the feud now. I'm starting to figure they're going for the triple threat at Hell in a Cell. And then right in the singles match, just the singles match is happening next Tuesday instead.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Because why would they do that way when they're only a few weeks out from their pay-per-view?
And still sort of like, I guess, punishing Corbin in a way that we don't trust you in a one-on-one match on pay-per-view with AJ Styles.
Right.
So we're just going to throw that on SmackDown and put a triple threat in. I'm for it. I thought, and for this week, I thought that Ty definitely had his performance in the main roster. This is what we need to see from Ty, that he can hold his own in the ring, especially against someone as talented as AJ Styles. Anytime there's there looks like upward mobility for a person, I'm for this business.
Right.
You can't hate it.
Anything else on SmackDown?
Well, you can, but
Yeah. Just got a little fit.
yeah.
Anything else on SmackDown? Really standing out?
SmackDown really stood out.
Yeah. I didn't cover.
I would actually say Dolph.
Yeah.
And especially the aspect of him imitating the Ultimate Warrior and Dana Warrior's widow actually being at ringside, and her showing the picture of her booing him while he's in the ring. I think it's definitely a topic to talk about because there's been a lot of fans online that are saying how disrespectful that was for WWE and Dolph Ziggler to do that. I'm pretty sure they got her approval to do that. And I think she would have wrote something a bit more heavy-handed than just...
She's going to come and kick Dolph's ass.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I think she would do... I think there's a bit more like, don't use my husband's likeness or music like that.
Mm-hmm.
But there wasn't any of that. I'm pretty sure she was asked for it, and I guess she said, hey, you can go ahead and do it, have it part of the show, have Dolph get his heat.
Yeah, I know, not just this week. I know a lot of people seem to be against this gimmick for Dolph, but my whole thing is it feels like, since this feud with The Miz, it feels like Dolph's actually having fun with the gimmick.
Yeah.
So, he feels like he's playing his all into it. Even if this is rumored to be his last month with the company.
Yeah.
Until he wants to prove himself in New Japan Ring of Honor, which I'm sure they'll easily scoop him up.
Oh, yeah.
And if he has a run like Cody or McIntyre did,
if not, worst comes to worst, there's always GFW.
Well, he'll definitely stand up there.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he was going to prove himself like Cody and Drew did.
Yeah.
Which what I'm trying to say is he'll eventually come back. He'll eventually be re-signed once they see what they missed out on. But if this is the way he's going to go out.
And at the very least, he's actually doing something.
But I meant to say this last week when I told about Kenny Omega's knee injury. Dolph, if you're leaving in October, get Kenny Omega's number or get Young Buck's number. And call the Bullet Club because I feel like he will fit right in anyway.
I think he would too.
Yeah.
I could definitely see him in part of the Bull.
He's already got the wrestler impersonation gimmicks down.
Oh yeah.
So, and he's got the super kicks. So.
Oh, he's got a ton of them.
So he's already finished.
Yep.
He's finished.
Pick up that phone, dial Cody R's number.
Right, if you have his number, you might have to.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about getting Kenny Omega's or the Young Bucks, but you're on the same roster as AJ, so you can also do that too. So there you go. Anything else, or was that?
No.
Okay. And then the biggest botch of the week for me is going to be one that I feel is going to be disagreed on. And I can't really want to say this, but it's the biggest botch. To me, it was the biggest mistake. It was definitely not the worst thing of the week. Enzo, and anything else Enzo does in life. But last week it was Enzo. This week, though, my biggest botch will be on the roll. There's going to be some where I would disagree or argue that John Cena bringing up Roman Reigns' wellness policy violation was awesome. And add to the heat between the two ahead of their match next Sunday. And they are entitled to their opinions. But this is why I feel like that part was a little too much. By revisiting Roman's, I don't know why I put two, one failure on the wellness violation. Doris had the top of the roster when he was the champion. That's why he lost the belt to Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank last year. WWE itself, creative, is unnecessarily tearing down the guy they so desperately want to replace Cena. Roman vs. Cena is a marquee wrestling quality match, and the War Wars is working to bring excitement to. It reminds me of Cena's battle with The Rock back in 2012 one night, in terms of how they're taking shots at each other. But in this case, this is a little different. The electricity that was there for Cena and Rock isn't fully there for Cena and Roman because there are some fans who just don't like both of them. But I do think now they're getting a little too heavy-handed with the work shoots too. Between the two.
Yeah, I thought that prior. But this week's promo, I didn't have a bigger problem with as much. But I'll let you continue.
It feels like the worst shoes they're trying to manufacture a site now because he said that and he went there, and Roman did this. But what they're actually doing is they're actually tearing down Roman's character, the creative team, by doing that. Because they know Roman can't hang with Cena on the mic anyway, and Cena goes all script anyway, that's a clear thing. And when you really think about it, like, this is the creative and the management and the franchise star, Cena too, giving the okay for a comment that pretty much labeled Roman as a cheater at a time when the company's still trying to push him as the top guy in the company. So, it's not because like the board of directors, not that they care about the actual in-ring stuff, but they know who they're facing the company is.
Yeah.
They're like tearing him down verbally. They know where that comes from though. Like, I don't think that it was really that one line that bothered me. It wasn't the promo itself. I actually think it is hurtful to the. It does hurt the 3 years of work they actually put into trying to build Roman up. That's the face there. Come on, me. And honestly, this feud does not need all these worst shoot comments though. These are the two biggest guys, not named Brock Lesnar, in the company. It doesn't really need to lean on this many work shoots.
Yeah.
But it was a cheap line that everyone knows comes from Vince to Cena himself. They both should have known that was against their better judgment. Because to me, that was unnecessary, that part.
First off, I don't think this was actually the biggest botch of the week. I don't necessarily think it's bad that his wellness test, his wellness failure was mentioned. Because they built a whole feud about that with Jeff Hardy and CM Punk, and Jeff Hardy was one of the faces of their company.
Yeah, but the difference there was that feud. That's not personal. Jeff was a user. He was open about in the past, and CM Punk was the straight edge savior trying to cover everybody like him, and that fit the feud. This literally just felt like we've been shooting for 3 weeks now. Might as well just throw one more place dig in the poor guy anyway. Roman's wellness policy wasn't really needed in this sense. Plus, it's not like he has a massive drug problem.
No.
This was just a dig to throw at Roman just because they might as well just bring everything out into because it's been worse shoots weekly.
That's how this feud has been the entire time now.
But I don't think this feud needed worse shoots though.
For some reason, Roman decided to throw out a shovel reference with Cena burying people. Which literally does break the fourth wall in wrestling.
Which there, I literally think Roman was just tied up in his words. He didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
In the first week, he was just trying to get something to make things.
I thought that was the biggest mistake of this feud. However, I don't think that is actually the biggest mistake on Raw.
Is your biggest botch coming from Raw?
It does come from Raw, in fact.
Oh god.
My biggest botch is actually Miz and Enzo. Just because the way Miz explained things to Enzo about how he really had nowhere else to go but the Cruiserweight division makes the Cruiserweight division seem like it's the bottom of the bottom. I mean, people see that already. First off, why are you saying that about one of your divisions in your company? At least on the same brand. Why are you saying that about the vision on your brand? First off, you shouldn't be burying the entire brand when it's in fact struggling to actually get even some recognition or respect in your company. Period. I thought that was the biggest mistake, that Miz was actually burying, or at least verbally burying Enzo, and also took out the Cruiserweight division as well.
Now, would you say if they didn't have that line in there, will that still be your biggest boss shut out promo? If they didn't add that thing about the Cruiserweight division, it really sounded like Vince was a Miz's ago. Yeah. Or actually somebody in the locker room, whoever he sends out was. There's a lot apparently, but it sounded like somebody was verbally dressing down in public.
It may came from Miz, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't reprimanded for doing so.
Right.
Whether if that came from Vince, which, oh yeah, I mentioned that we sent him down to the Cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
I think the word still came from Miz. I think he's one of the few that are actually allowed to go off on his own, since he's one of the few that actually would be good at doing so.
See, I totally forgot that happened. Because I thought the rest of his promo was great.
Yeah,
I'll tell you brought that out.
I thought that was spectacular. However, even if it wasn't for that statement, I would still say that would be the worst decision. Because Enzo is the number one contender for one of your titles and your brand.
That's more likely going to get squashed next Sunday.
That's more likely going to get squashed by Neville at this point, which
that's the way it should be.
Yeah, because Enzo should not be beating Neville. However, Neville should have competent and credible contenders to go against. You don't really have a competent one in the ring, but you still at least could have had some credibility there or recognition that he doesn't look lesser than.
Everybody knows Enzo's less than. I feel bad for the kid a little bit because I think he literally just got yelled at by Vince on live TV for Miz.
Yes. Yeah.
That's probably
true.
wrong.
That is definitely
to
true.
do that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know Miz and Enzo had that personal beef with kayfabe on this either. Rolls seems to like doing work shoots. Rolls also making work shoots.
It's kind of funny that the Miz called Enzo out for being annoying. He even mentioned this is coming from me.
Right. Roll seems to be
that part of the promo was funny.
Roll for me, like you would pull apart Rolls recently for Roll. Roll for me, I think it's starting to lean a little too much on work shoots now to get the crowd.
I also think it's the wrong feuds they're giving it to.
Right. Actually,
I would love to see a shoot comments with Alexa and Sasha.
Right, the woman don't.
I think that could really help their feud get some steam.
But no, we just had two women. So
yeah. Roman Cena, you're right. It doesn't necessarily need
if you sell self.
Yeah, it's Roman versus Cena. You're still, even if you boo both of them, you're still gonna sit there and watch it because.
Yeah. Miz and Enzo's just random because they're not even feuding.
Yeah, no.
Alexa and Sasha could really use that.
Yeah.
Because, well, I'll tell you why in part 2 of this video, where we're doing our winner and NXT 205 Live reviews.
We'll be right back.